Hey, this little, scene between, Harold and Jane, would it get your dander up or something?
Not me. She's the one who acted like the hounds of hell were after her.
Look, Harold's a pussycat, we know that. But if he did go after her, she said it herself, that she's afraid of mutts.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay. Okay, time out. There's a problem between you and Jane. Let's get it out in the open, huh? Let me have it. What's the beef? Excuse me.
Can't explain it. I wish I could.
Well, try.
I don't know. It's just... There's something about Jane, and I can't put my finger on it.
Okay, does it have anything to do with the dog and pony show she tried to pull when she first came to town?
Well, yeah, that. But more. Instincts. I don't know. Mine and Harold's.
You and Harold are ganging up on Jane?
Oh, we're not ganging up. It's just... Come on, Trevor. Let's face it, Harold loves everybody.
Oh, you tell that to the letter carrier, the meter reader,
well, yeah,
the
he
paper
barks
girl?
when they come to the door, but once they get inside the house, he just licks them to death.
Except for Jane.
Yeah. There's just something about her. It makes me uneasy.
You're telling me that Harold knows something about Jane, something that Jane isn't telling us? Come on,
No,
Lord.
I'm not kidding now. Dogs have more sense than people half the time, especially Harold. He's proved himself a couple of times since I've known him. I think he's earned his stripes.
Oh, what, now Harold has stripes?
You trust him, don't you?
Sure I trust him. I trust him with my life.
Okay, then. I think his reaction to Jane is kind of a red flag. What do you really know about her, except what she told you? Did she give you any references? Did you call
References? You had references when you first met Nat and I. And that's how much I know about Jane. The same amount I knew about you when I met you.
Well, this is my point. Harold and I rest our case.
Harold
Yeah,
slobbers
Harold
over
and me.
you and wags his tail around you every time he meets you, ever since the first time he met you.
What about... couldn't you just ask Derek to run a background check? Just something to be sure.
Look, I don't let my kids hang out with strangers. Tad's her boss. I talked to him. I grilled him about it. He said that she was cool, that she's responsible,
Well,
she's on
did
time,
he check
yada,
her
yada.
reference?
He's a thorough investigator. He said that he would let his own kid, Jamie, be with her, and that's good enough for me.
How long has Tad known her? He's known her about as long as you and I have. Why don't you just cover the bases and check?
Why don't I just tie her down in a chair and flash a big bright light in her eyes and shoot bamboo up under her fingernails?
Better safe than sorry.
Look, when I was a kid, I thought there was a boogeyman behind every tree. And when I fought in the Nam and in the Mideast, the Far East, wherever, and even when I was a cop, I would check out every yard ape that came down the pike. But no more. The war is over. Jane's okay. Timmy and Amanda think she's great. Look, she's responsible, she's reliable, she's not bad on the eyes. What's not to like?
I'm not saying she's not likable, but... You remember, she said that her husband walked out on her and she lost her child?
Yeah, so she's had a hard life, so?
This is going to sound really paranoid.
Oh, here it comes.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe Jane hasn't fully recovered from the loss of her child? I mean, I've read about stuff like this, and it's certainly been on the talk shows, but a woman loses her child, and she can't cope with the loss and the grief, and so she looks for a substitute.
What are you saying? Are you saying Amanda is not safe with Jane?
Trevor, now, wait a minute. Now, calm down. I'm not saying that Amanda isn't safe with Jane. I saw them in the park together, and it seemed to me that Amanda was in very good hands.
Then we're in sync.
In sync.
Radar-wise. You're a parent. You leave Lily with Miss Stone, and you feel good about that, right?
But Miss Stone is a certified, licensed expert on child care. She came very highly recommended.
Yeah, all that stuff, but if you didn't feel good about it, it wouldn't mean zip, right?
I've known her for a long time,
Look,
Trevor.
what if you caught her being mean to your kid?
Well, that's not going to happen. I knew since I met her she was okay.
Bingo, the same with Jane. When Amanda scraped her knee a couple of weeks ago over at McKay's, after 5 minutes with Jane, she was bouncing back on my knee, scarfing down breadsticks like there was no tomorrow. She couldn't have been more loving with Amanda if she were her own mother. I believe she would throw herself in front of a truck to keep anything from happening to my little girl.
Well, I hope you're right.
I can feel it in my gut. Look, if you go through life looking over your shoulder every 2 seconds because you think an axe is going to fall and hit you in the head, it's going to happen. That axe will fall. That's my experience. If you expect the best, you'll get the best. That's how it works.
Natalie used to say that.
Yeah, well, my darling was score, didn't she?
She sure taught me a lot. It's hard to believe it's been almost a year.
Yeah, it's been some year, too. But we're getting through it. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, the Dillon family doesn't deserve any more axes falling on its head, I think.
Hey, we wear helmets. We're going to be okay. I mean, with friends like you and Jack and everybody else, how could we not be okay?
Well, Jane certainly has taken her time with Amanda.
The lamb chop probably conned her reading Goodnight Mood 3 times instead of the customary 2.
Jane does know where the mouse is on every page, doesn't she? And how to help Amanda find it. And she knows you're not supposed to call Timmy anymore. You got to call him Tim, right? And Amanda's nap banky. I mean, she can't go to sleep unless that's in her car.
No, she knows all that stuff. We brainwashed her.
You really trust her, huh?
Look, she can handle the Dillon Sue. I mean, maybe not as well as a certain very reliable, very respectable woman who's been doing it for the last few months.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. I love those kids. I have loved them since I met them. So if I'm a little negative about Jane, well, maybe it's because
Maybe it's because you're a little jealous?
Jane?
Sure, you're only human. I mean, you just said how much you love Timmy and Amanda, and then this strange woman comes to town, and Amanda takes to her like a duck to water. I would start feeling my green myself if I were.
I'm not jealous of Jane.
Okay, then what?
I'm cautious. I'm wary. Look, if I'm down on Jane, it's not because I'm jealous. I'm delighted Amanda took to her. I think it's wonderful that Amanda is such a happy, open child and if she is that way, it's because you and Natalie raised her to be so secure. Your kids are still secure, even though Natalie's gone.
A lot of that security comes from you. You've been like a mother to those kids ever since Nat died.
Well, it's easy to love them. It's like breathing.
And even when I made your life very difficult after Nat's accident, you were there. You hung in there with them and with me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for letting me be part of your lives.
So I'm going to stop taking advantage. I mean, you're my boss's wife. You got your own life with Jack, and now that Erica's trial is over, you'll have a lot more time together, you two.
You know, Jack has never minded the time that I've spent with you and the kids. He knows what that means to me.
And I know what he means to you.
He means everything to me. He's my whole world. He believes in me the way nobody ever did.
And you believe in him. So there's no more problem with Erica?
No. No. We talked about it, and well, it's fine. Everything's great. We're better than we've ever been.
You've been through the mill. And you managed to get around a certain fancy-smancy someone from Jack's past. Keeps trying to trip you up, so I'm glad for you. For both of you. Jack deserves to be happy, too.
Thanks.
He's a very lucky guy.
Well, I'm the one who's lucky. I mean, he's the most decent guy I've ever known. He's right up there with you, Trevor. I mean, after my parents died, I kind of forgot that there were men like you around. So, thanks for letting me remember that. I hope I'll always be close to the Dillon family. I hope this thing you said about taking advantage wasn't just a nice way of saying you don't want me around anymore.
Are you kidding? Try and stay away. I just don't want you feeling obligated that you got to be at my beck and call. Like, you know, you're the only thing I got. I'm going to be really busy in the next couple of months anyway. I got to get my nose to the grindstone, try to jumpstart my law career, get my ducks in a row like Nat would want. And I might start dating.
Oh, well, you have somebody in mind?
Well, Jane and I had a good time when we went out with you and Jack. It might be fun to get to know her better.
Well, Natalie would certainly want you to get on with your life. I'm glad for you.
Me too.
I mean,
for you.
I want the best for you.
Double to you, too. Jane must have fallen asleep upstairs with Amanda or something.
And I gotta go. So, say goodbye and tell the boys that I'll see you at practice.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
Don't be a stranger now.
Okay, I won't. Thanks for everything.
See you.
Well, Amanda went to sleep. Finally. So where's Laurel?
She left.
I read Goodnight Moon 4 times to Amanda. She knows where to find the mouse on every page. I mean, she just loves that story. She's just so smart. Like Timmy. I mean, Tim, who was explaining the solar system to me. I mean, he was telling me about the solar system. Tim loves Mars, and of course, Jamal loves Jupiter. Oh, those kids are just fantastic. Well, I guess I've bothered you enough for one evening, so just be in my way. I'll hit the road. See you later.
Wait. You want to stick around for a cup of Joe?
I'd like that.
You like movies, Jane?
I love them. Especially comedies. I love to laugh.
Yeah, me too. We should take one in sometime. Some dinner, maybe.
You and me?
Yeah, you and me. You know, like a date.
A date?
Yeah. Yeah, nothing serious. Just burgers and a movie. What do you say?
I'd like that.
Okay, you're on. The only problem is the kids. And what are we going to do? I'm taking out the babysitter.
Let's take them with us. Or even better, we could stay home. We can rent a video and pop some popcorn. I'd like to do that. I'm a very simple person with simple tastes. What you see is what you get.
So far, I like what I see.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I hope it's versa versa.
Well, I can take it if you can.
Okay. What's the deal? You can be stubborn. I hope that's vice versa.
Well, I can take it if you can.
Okay. It's a deal.
I left the nightlight on.
Well, then she's got to be asleep, otherwise I'd hear the crib bars rattling. She must be dreaming about Nat.
She does that?
Oh, yeah, she misses her mom.
Yeah, but she's so young. You think she can remember back that far?
Well, not firsthand, but I make it a point to talk about Natalie. Some people think it's unhealthy, but I want her to know that she had a mom, so I'll show her pictures and stick stuff under her nose that belonged to Nat.
But do you think that upsets Amanda?
Doesn't seem to. We pretend that it's her own personal angel. She's up in heaven looking down and sending her love.
Well, that's very sweet and everything, but... Does Amanda know about her real mother?
Nat was her real mother.
Well, of course, in every way that counts, but I'm talking about her birth mother. How much does Amanda know about that?
Nothing. She doesn't know about Charles Manson or the son of Sam either, and she never will, as far as I'm concerned.
You just kind of pretend Janet doesn't exist.
She doesn't. For Amanda.
Well, what if Amanda finds out about her someday?
How am I supposed to tell my little girl that her mother's a she-devil? How am I supposed to just couch it to her gently that
Mommy.
her mother's a killer? Hey, you're off hours. Relax. I'll go up, then I'll get her, and I'll bring her down.
I don't care what he says, Natty. You're not Amanda's mother. I am. Do it alone.
Well, I don't. I get help. Laurel's been a lifeline to me, and now I got you, too.
Please don't hesitate to call me. I could be here in a moment, any time of the day or night.
Well, I think Pat might have a little problem with that, business schedules and all.
I can bring my work with me. Tad's very understanding, and he's real into kids.
Well, I think little lamb chops here into a little drink of water. What do you say we go get our late night cocktail, huh? Yeah, we'll get a little late night cocktail.
Mommy!
That's Mommy. Yeah. Holy moly. I got it.
Trevor, there's nothing to get.
Sure
Amanda
there is. She got you mixed up with Nat, and why shouldn't she? It's the blonde hair and the heart-shaped face and the blue eyes, and for crying out loud, you two could be sisters.
Not a chance. You know, all blondes don't look alike. It's not that at all. She just must have gotten something else mixed up.
Nat's unique, and so you're unique too. You know what? I could tell you, even if you had a bag over your head. And you're part of the family now. Everybody likes you.
Well, not everybody.
Well, Harold. That'll happen in time. Don't worry.
Well, what about Laurel? What's my chance with her? You know, at first I thought it was my imagination. But it's there. Laurel has put this invisible wall up. Is it because of something I've said or done?
No, don't take it personal. You gotta understand it. Laurel's been the chief mom and bottle washer around here for a long time, and then you show up and, well, Laurel's got to share and take it from Amanda here. It's tough to share, isn't it?
You know something, Amanda? Your father makes a lot of sense.
I think it's getting late. Maybe we should hit the sack. Thanks for staying so late.
Remember what I said. Anytime. Goodbye, sweetheart. I'll see you soon. Bye, sweetness. Bye, Trevor.
Bye-bye. Yeah, huh? She's a nice lady.
What could you want here at this hour? What's wrong? Has something happened?
Yes. I realized if I went home and pretended there was nothing wrong, I probably wouldn't get much sleep. Learn the hard way that denial doesn't work. If you've got a problem, face it head on.
I see. I'm a problem.
Things seem kind of tense at the ball field. There's a lot of negativity here, and I think it's coming from you.
This is not my night.
And I'm not your cup of tea. You've sent me that message loud and clear. Well, I can't just let it roll off my back anymore. I want to deal with it now. Who knows? Maybe I could help.
Well, if you got a cure for first game jitters.
You coached the team last year, didn't you?
First game of the season.
I think it's a little more than first game jitters. I think you were fine until I showed up.
No, actually, my jaw was clenched long before that.
I've never seen it any other way, Laurel. You always stiffen up when I'm around. I don't know what to make of it. Can you help?
Look, I'm sorry. Look, I take a long time to warm up to people.
You warmed up to the Dillons easily enough.
Look, Trevor and I were actually pretty dicey for quite a while.
No kidding. So Trevor rubbed you the wrong way, too.
Well, it's a long story, but suffice to say, our friendship did not happen overnight. I take a long time.
And you resent anybody that doesn't. I fell in with the Dillons just like that. Like I knew them from another life or something. And Trevor and I get along like a house of fire.
Well, I think that's lovely.
No, you don't. You can't even fake it. Or put your teeth on edge.
All right, maybe I find it a little alarming that Trevor would trust his children to a virtual stranger.
I'm not a stranger.
Well, to me, you're a stranger.
Just what does it take for a person to get on your good side, Laurel?
Well, I guess if she's going to babysit for children I love, she's got to come up with some pretty ironclad references. Did you give Trevor any?
I work for one of Trevor's best friends.
I think bookkeeping and taking care of children are kind of different jobs.
Well, I don't hear any complaints, do you? I'm crazy about the kids, especially Amanda. Trevor saw that, and it cinched it for him. I mean, what's so alarming about that?
Well, maybe that's just not the way I do things, and I'm surprised that Trevor does.
So I'm the exception to the rule. That's what's nagging at you.
No, Jane, I think what's nagging at me is a question. What is it you really want from Trevor? It just seems to me, Jane, that you're after something. And I'd like to know what it is.
What does Trevor have that I could possibly be after? Castles in Spain? Islands in Crete? Contacts in Hollywood? Just stop me when I'm getting warm.
It's just that you glommed onto him so fast.
Glom? You make me sound like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you, Jane. It's just that you've got to admit you are always knocking at their door.
I like them a lot. Is there something wrong with that?
You act like somebody on a mission.
I am. I need friends. I'm trying to make some.
You haven't met anybody at Orsini.
No one as friendly as Trevor.
And after a full day at work, you're still raring to sit for Trevor's kids.
I have a lot of energy, Laurel. Kids are my favorite people.
Well, Ted and Dixie have 2 kids. Have you spent any time with Junior or Jamie?
That's a completely different situation. Tad and Dixie have a full-time sitter, a nanny, and they have tons of babysitters to choose from.
You're still living at the Pine Cone, aren't you?
Now you're objecting to my address?
Well, it's just that most people in your situation would be spending their free time looking for a place to live. They wouldn't be spending it looking after somebody else's kids.
You know, Trevor's dance card isn't exactly full either. What's wrong with 2 lonely people passing some time together? After all, we have a lot in common.
I don't think I've noticed anything.
We both love children. He lost a wife. I lost a child. Why am I defending myself to you? What is it you're accusing me of?
Well, maybe I just can't forget that you came into our lives under false pretenses.
Haven't you ever done anything stupid,
The
Laurel?
first words out of your mouth were a complete fabrication, that business about the Real Estate Association.
I explained that.
Yeah, you said you were doing spade work for Janet Green, but you claim that you're through with that now. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
Then why do you keep insinuating yourself into Trevor's life?
I get it. Why didn't I see this before?
What?
You don't want another woman in Trevor's life. You're jealous.
wrapped up in the Dillon family. But perhaps you should have noticed. I am very married.
What's that they say about the heart? It wants what it wants.
Well, my heart isn't that complicated. I can only love one man at a time. Fortunately for me, I'm married to him.
That's it. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, we're doing real well over here. Thanks very much. I have no designs on Trevor.
Great. Then why do you bristle every time I walk into a room?
Natalie Dillon was my best friend.
Are you saying that Trevor should be loyal to her memory?
No, but I care very much about Tim and Amanda.
Well, so do I. I care about them. Ask them. Ask Trevor.
Look, Trevor and I have a really solid friendship. And we've worked really hard to get it that way. After Natalie died, we hit kind of a rough patch, but we're over that. And now we're solid. We're like family.
Family.
Yeah, meaning we care about each other. We watch out for each other. We're involved in each other's lives.
Gee, it sounds to me like you're describing a marriage.
Well, I guess you've never experienced what I have with my husband.
You never know.
I think when it's magic, you do know. Right away. When Jack and I met, we just took one look at each other and we were like zapped.
Really?
It was like a bolt of lightning and it hit us both at the same time. And everything that's happened since then has just brought us closer together. This marriage is the real thing. Well, you've got the real thing. You don't need anything else.
Well, then I envy you.
Well, please remember the envy's on one side, because I have no romantic interest in Trevor. Jack is more than enough to make me happy. And right now, I think I'm the happiest woman I know.
So how do you feel?
I have left this earthly.
I put you on the defensive. You caught me at a bad time. I've been in a lousy mood. You may have noticed.
Anything I can do to cheer you up?
Yeah, you can call my husband's client in New York and tell him to hurry it up. I really am a one-man gal. Trevor's a friend, and that's it.
I don't know why I do this to myself. I guess when things are going too well, I get scared. I mean, everything's going my way, and what do? I come over here looking for trouble. I've got to stop that. It's just that when Trevor asked me out again,
Oh, he asked you out again?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess we're going to be dating.
Well, good for you. Good for Trevor. It's about time for him. I mean, he's been alone now for almost a year.
A year, yeah, I guess that's about how long it takes.
Yeah, he's just been burying himself in the law books, and the kids have been his only outlet.
Well, he's a wonderful father. I find that very attractive.
Well, if you need a sitter, you know who to call.
You'll be the first person on our list.
Laurel. Laurel's a
Well, a little puffy, but not too bad considering the hour. Oh, I'm on a roll, Brownie. I wouldn't get carried away if I were you. Oh, you should give credit where credit's due. My hard work and persistence paid off. Trevor asked me out on a date tonight. 2 years ago, I would have killed for that. 2 years ago, you did. Yes, well, let's not hash over all the little details. I mean, I'm a different person now. I had a personality disorder, and I have a new personality. Dr. Jaffe says so. It's no secret why Dr. Jaffe never made it to Park Avenue. I'll bet she graduated 400 out of a med school class of 399. And just where did you get your psychiatric training? Only dullards are attracted to the prison system. That's why so few inmates actually get rehabilitated. Well, the prison system worked on me. I'm a brand new person. Fake name, fake face. Still hot for the same old guy. Where's the new you, baby Jane? I am not hot for Trevor. He can't peel you off. He doesn't want to, which is fine with me because I want to spend more time with Amanda. Gonna take Amanda out on all your dates? She will if I have anything to say about it. How am I supposed to get to be a part of Amanda's life if I don't get close to her father? Does that include going to bed with him? What does sex have to do with it?
You're going to turn him down?
Well, as a mother, I am prepared to make certain sacrifices. Oh, please. I said I was sane, not dead. Trevor is as adorable as ever. I mean, where were you for that kiss we almost had tonight? Oh, maybe the old black magic is gone. Maybe it's gone up in smoke. Well, that's mildly encouraging. Mad passion never did really agree with you. Don't you worry, you little brown crown, about it. I've got everything under control. Not quite everything. There is the canine detective to contend with. If it's up to that hound, you'll be dog food before Amanda can say, down, boy.